it's you smoke to the vision there. Don't ever go there alone. Please, supports. 99% of the time, you're just gonna die. But what you can do is you can bait off of that, or you can make plays off of that, which is exactly what they did. And Geek Fam, then, the counterplay is you don't immediately go on that guy. As soon as you see him, what you can do is you wrap around, because you'll then run into a situation where hopefully you're meeting his team before he can get there. And you can set up for the fight better than they can.
Bottom tower is under attack.
Also, you want to be closer to your wards so you can protect them.
An objective somewhere, but
so now when it comes to warding for all, if you haven't taken the mid tower, then ideally you have a mid tower place there too. And what Geek Fam should do this time is, I think anyways, they should defend their vision as much as they can. Like, you place a ward, you de-ward it, you now know you have an area down here to play around that area. So that means now we're going to see like a parallel. Boom ID is going to now play in this top lane because that's where they feel comfortable, and that's where they're going to now establish some vision, and they've got like control of the area.
Looks to me like Geek Fam might try and defend. As hard as this might end up being here, they may be able to burst out FBZ Nick too. Zephyr gets a combination onto him, leads into Kuko, getting the lasso. A great defense there from Geek Fam.
That's very good.
That one pick off means that they get the tier 2 and don't give up their own.
Oh, I like that.
No trade-off. That leads now to a 4K net worth lead as we approach the 20-minute mark.
And Geek Fam take that play because they know they have the numbers advantage. A lot of Dota coming down to whether or not you have the numbers advantage. If it's 4-on-5, no matter what position you are in the game, for the like 99% of the time you want to take a fight.
You get a 5 position, maybe it's not as clear cut.
Did neither of the cores have Calling Blade on them? Can you click the Pango in the Void? Okay. So I think what you want to do is cut the trees above the tier 2. So, and I think they got a lot of them, but they just must have snuck in, Geek Fam.
Yeah.
Like, ideally you cut all those trees and then you see the TP coming, but Cuckoo had a really good spot, like, to come in from.
Zephyr also did a good job TPing to the tier 3 and getting set up in the first place.
That was just really well done.
Oracle.
I didn't think it was going to be possible for them to defend that tower.
Yeah. But he found the opening. He killed FBZ. Managed to burst him down. FBZ.
Fulfilled. Double damage.
This build, like, why wouldn't you just complete the Greaves?
I see.
Flat out. Chain stun. Kez, he's gonna be fine. Zephyr just kind of poking at him, realizing this is not a fight they can take anymore. There's a lot of Boom members here, but Makoto does manage to find a huge follow-up. He's gonna be able to get on top of Cuckoo. The follow-up there from FBZ keeps him chain stunned. He rolls right into the Oracle, keeping him stunned. Really nicely done. Blinks back into him one more time. That's 3 stuns onto Whitemon. Still managed to get off his ultimate. There's the supernova onto the side. Cuckoo's gonna buy back and TP onto the shrine here. Makoto does manage to get up from the high ground. Cuckoo, as he TPs in, his company Aether Remnant, followed up by the supernova stun. So he doesn't immediately get to catch anybody like he was hoping. He had lasso up. He was ready to go, but the stuns was too much for him. So they're only gonna find maybe Dreamacell here. He was actually trying to go for the kill on his Zephyr. Makoto yields Scepter out. Cuckoo tanks the Aether Remnant for Carl. Carl chases back some of those heroes to make sure that the rest of his team can focus on killing Dreamacell with no interference from the Radiant.
That's what I meant by Dreamcell sometimes just like gets a little bit out of position. He's getting he's just trying to get a little bit too antsy. Like I want to make this more worth it than it has to be.
Yeah, why is he attacking the Tiny there and not just running away?
Yeah, like his team is, I feel, you play based off cooldowns at this point, right? You've demonstrated, your cooldowns are your threat. You've demonstrated, like, I have nothing left in the chamber. Like, we use the Phoenix Egg, but you forced the buyback on the Phoenix, and you lost, like, what? I think they lost one hero there, right? They killed Bat, they lost somebody, I can't remember.
I believe they only lost Dreamcell.
Oh, okay. So it was one for...
But it was the
gonna be
buyback
for
of
zero.
Cuckoo, so we're going to see that fight again, just to make
so
sure.
Cuckoo buys back, and that's the end of it. Great. You traded out favorably.
Yeah.
You see right there is he tries to get on top of the Oracle.
FBZ doing a really good job with that blink dagger, though.
Oh, that was sick blink.
That was a really sick blink, bumping into the Oracle.
Oh, they
for
lost
a
Pango.
third
That's
stun.
what it was. They lost their Pango.
Oh, yeah.
So, but you trade offlaners, but one buys back.
Yeah.
It's fine. And I think Dreamcell at that point was like, we can keep fighting, we're under our tier 2, but towers aren't really towers at that point.
Especially when Boom is getting close to certain peaks. You've got now the level 2 Supernova plus Aghanim Scepter coming in for Hyde.
Yeah.
So that is a really big upgrade. You're still working towards that heart timing that you were talking about, the guaranteed win condition for Boom. Makoto's still a ways away from Aghanim Scepter. It'll be another like 5 minutes or so before he has that.
They're getting out efficiency'd kind of hard right now.
Yeah.
On the side of Boom. I feel like their lineup is awkward in that regard, where they have to keep waiting for this PL to be active on the map. But PL doesn't feel comfortable fighting right now because the Gyro and the Lush are so farmed that at the present, without a heart, they are very good direct counters to him.
Yeah.
But with that being said, I think Geek Fam should also continue to play aggressively and not stop.
Setting up a stun onto Zephyr here. Hyde follows it up by diving in. Sunray, that should burn down the Tiny pretty easily. Now he's going to pop that Phoenix Sun. Try and help Makoto get out of here. It's going to be at the cost of his own life. At the same time, Kezku actually did get kept by the last strike because now zooming in on the side. Makoto does have this assimilate. He's got 2 more seconds till another jump away. He's going to be hit by the missile, but fortunately there's that Pango causing so much chaos. Dreamcell, they found the real one. They got the last one. A beautiful read by Cuckoo, and that is disastrous for Boom. Losing their carry once again with Kezku buying back, now dying back. Is going to be run down by Cuckoo and Carl. The K's show up to the fight 25 minutes in. Now they're just going to run over the tier 2 in a massive engagement.
That is rough. Just way too difficult of a fight. I think fighting in that mid area is just awkward.
Yeah.
It's just so awkward, especially when you jump in, you don't really kill the Tiny very easily. Like, they've got damage issues right now on the side of Boom ID. Real damage issues.
It feels like Boom just keeps on, like, they get into a situation, okay, this is a trade-off and it's kind of fine.
Yeah.
But they have a little bit of a save-a-friend syndrome. Dreamcell's not being, like, selfish enough in some ways.
Yeah.
I want him to be off on a side lane farming while Makoto's making that play, you know?
Then you're cool with it. At the end of the day, you're thinking to yourself, well, we trade 1 for 1, but like our PL is getting really huge.
Yeah.
So who cares?
And that's the way this lineup is built, right? You've got 2 elusive flash farming cores in Pango and Void Spirit. They can play the dangerous lanes for you, draw attention, maybe sometimes they get caught and die, but it's all to create space for this Phantom Lancer.
Yeah, because if you are the reason why your team wins or loses, like you're that hero, you're that PL, you're that anti-mage, it's really on you to...
Oh, they beat it. Carl Zephyr's going to show up, managed to get the avalanche down onto Makoto, actually hits him with the ensnare from the net. The neutral item helps to try and get the kill on Makoto, and look at that, Cuckoo just reads him like a book, knew exactly where he was going. That was a very well set up gank by Geek Fam.
I really, really like these traps that Geek Fam are setting up. And I think they're really good traps because I don't necessarily disagree with a lot of the plays that Boom are making. Like, I like that they're still trying to play opposite of their PL and get control again in their own jungle and force like the engagement away from their own jungle. It's just Geek are being very good. They're being very patient. When you see 4 heroes at top waiting to bait 1 hero, that's when you know a team is like gelling.
Yeah.
They're doing like smart things. They're working together. It's well done.
The engagement in mid, got a mid tier 2. Now that engagement at top finds the Roshan kill and Aegis for Raven.
Yeah.
As he still has the remnants of a double damage rune. They're going to try and rush towards Boom, see if they can catch anybody.
What's Lesh have?
Dyer's
Lesh must be really farmed too, right?
Yeah, he's very
gotta
tanky.
have
He's got
BKB.
Bloodstone, BKB, Yules, and Boots of Travel.
I think if you want to go for high ground situations now, take all the tier 2 towers, go for a high ground. I'm okay with that. We talked about how they have damage issues because a lot of their damage is like magic, because they don't really have the PL participating yet, and they have one of the best heroes in the game at mitigating magic damage, if not the best. Sorry, the Oracle.
Yeah.
On top of that, there's a pipe on Batrider, so you have a lot of this damage that Boom puts out is just kind of negated off the bat. So it really means that this PL, it's even more important that he has a very good game, because he's almost all of their physical damage, if I'm honest.
Yeah.
Like, you could make the argument that this, like, Crystallis Void Spirit is dealing a bit of it, but not really.
Yeah. I think that's always been a problem with Void Spirit, is that he does run out of damage.
Yeah, and your hope is that you're far ahead.
Yeah.
And then you can just jump the back line better than almost any other hero, like right now.
He's going to try and jump in, push back Geek Fam. They are just going to run away now that they see the Sapphire ultimate. They can say, okay, if Mortimer Kisses is being used, we can
Just go
back
back
up.
in.
But we don't have to run away completely. We just reset for a moment, wait for the next creep wave, and then go again. This time around, they won't have a very important cooldown. Range rack's already gone, melee soon to fall. Looks like really Boom may not fully commit to this fight. They're going to roll around a little bit with this Rolling Thunder. FBC is not going to be able to get the chainstone onto Leshrac. That is going to be, oh no, Hyde got caught before he could get off his supernova. Now this is turning into a disastrous engagement where Carl feels like he can just run forward with impunity thanks to that BKB. They take the melee barracks and back up now.
Very, very well done by Geek Fam. Really liking how they're playing so far. This mid-late game has been all of them so far. Just good moves overall. I like the way they... The only thing that I really have a criticism for them in this game was that I didn't feel like they protected that bottom ward hard enough, which put them into kind of a weird situation. But the way that they defend their towers, the aggressive maneuvers that they make, they're very good at playing the hit and run game. Solid, solid, solid. All good things so far that I've seen.
And now it's Boom who look like they're the ones making the mistakes, and it's more that those mistakes are being forced out of them, right?
Yeah.
They have to make certain maneuvers, and they're just falling into the traps of Geek Fam time and time again.
Yeah, I think they realized early on that they have damage issues, and so they're trying to force things. I will say, it feels like this team relies a lot on Makoto having like net worth leads and just snowballing games, and he's not able to do that in this game.
He is definitely trying to force kills that are much harder to get than the last series that we saw.
I think his issue is, his primary issue is that there's no easy hero for Void Spirit to one-shot in this game. Like, when Void Spirit feels really good, it's because there's a core on the enemy team that you can just straight up run into and they're dead. Like, you just 100 to 0 them, run in, pop your combo, you know, bang. But Geek Fam have not allowed them any sort of opportunities like that. They're dangling heroes in front like bait, and then they're just kind of like pulling back. They have 4 heroes, and now Makoto's like doubting, you know, he's like, are people actually there?
Well, that's it. Geek Fam, they tried really hard, 31 minutes in, but they've lost. The Phantom Lancer has his heart.
That's a heart.
And Makoto has his Aghanim Scepter. We'll see if that actually changes the fight as Blitz predicted so boldly. Not 30 minutes ago.
Now he needs like a basher.
Oh, now we're adding addendums, huh?
He needs a little bit more damage.
Okay. No, it is true. This heart, with the combined power of Leshrac and Gyrocopter both being this far ahead, that heart will not be enough for Phantom Lancer to single-handedly carry these fights. It's going to be very tough.
You can't give up 2 sets
for
here.
Boom.
There's way too much map control at this point in the game.
At the same time, it looks like they just don't really want to fight into this Aegis from Raven. But Raven's going to continue to force it. The Remnant pulls him back. They're going to start leading out with a Sunray. Look at FBC bouncing into the back line. He's trying to find that Oracle, and he does manage to find him while Raven's dropping low. FBC is making sure that White One will not be able to get off that false promise so easily. Now he's going to be focused as Makoto catches him with the Aether Remnant, and he's gone. That 5 position is out. Now the chase it increases, and Boom can just collect whatever kills they can find. Makoto's going to be able to get the Eul Scepter onto Zephyr. FBC looks for one more, but it's just going to be the 2 supports that end up falling. At the end of the day, though, that was another tier 3 and another range barracks that falls for just 2 supports.
And Boom does not lose, or Geek Fan don't really lose core heroes.
Yeah.
In engagements, I'm noticing that as like a theme. They're not losing their Lesh or their Gyro ever in bad spots.
Meanwhile, exact opposite for Boom, right?
Yeah, Cuckoo had that dieback once, but other than that, they're not really getting into these like bad positions. They're willing to ditch their supports.
Yeah.
Which is what we, kind of criticized Boom for not doing enough. Where it feels like they're trying to save everybody.
Man, it was crazy. They are going to be found here. As BKB activated by Carl Dreamcells trying to put some physical damage on him to help his Phoenix down because he doesn't have to die just yet. It was coming up in 1 second time. But he doesn't manage to get it. And now Makoto, he's going to pay the price for not using that second charge of Astral Step. He gets lassoed, does not have a buyback. And Geek Fam, there is no tier 2 to save Boom ID here. The Geek Fam can just quickly take that melee barracks in bottom and force the engagement mid. Boom will have to take this 3 versus 5.
Yeah, and this is looking like it potentially could just be game.
I think so too, unless Dreamcell and MPC. There's no Rolling Thunder. There's not even that disruptive presence to stun people up and allow Dreamcell to do damage. Yeah, look at it. They're trying to throw out the Mortimer's Kisses. They also have the Glyph that is going to stall Geek Fam long enough that they now have the Phoenix, but it's going to have to be an amazing Supernova. Somebody is going to have to pay for something here. And Dreamcell, he's going to be leading, and the Supernova goes off. Raven plops BKB trying to focus it down. Cuckoo's going to join him, looking for him. The egg is dead. Now Dreamcell no longer has that big AoE control unless NPC can come through the clutch with this Rolling Thunder. Bouncing between the two of Cuckoo as well as Carl. Doing a really good job chaining something like this, but Dreamcell still has Raven to contend with, and that damage from the Gyrocopter is too much for him to handle. Makoto jumps out, double slides onto the Oracle, trying to burst him down as quick as possible, but he gets Jewel Scepter. Now he's going to be caught by the lasso once again. He dies twice to the lasso, back to back, and that is where Boom are going to call it for this game 1. It ends on an ultra kill for Raven.
Easy peasy. Really well done by Geek Fam. Really clean performance. Felt like their teamwork was really, really solid in this game. I really liked their strategy and how they moved around the map. I think Boom had that one play at bottom that I was a big fan of. You remember how I was highlighting like the war